because I had it on mute, by the way.
So you going there now?
Shout out to Ashley for knowing what's up.
No.
No, you're not going there now?
All right.
Okay, good evening, everyone. Good evening, good evening, good evening. We're gonna give the last couple of people time
There we go.
to have a seat.
No, you want me to go?
Yep.
We would just like to take this time to say good evening to the distinguished guests, our family and our friends of the city of Highland Park. Give yourselves a big hand. I would like to take this time and thank you for joining us for the State of the City Address 2024, City of Highland Park. The first thing we like to do is to thank Pastor Devin and Revival Tabernacle and their staff for opening their doors and for serving us. Let's give them a big hand. Thank you so much, Pastor D. That's good. If you will be so careful to just come join us, Pastor D, for a word of prayer as we do our opening prayer for our state of the city. Thank you.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Let us pray. Father, we thank you for your goodness and your mercy. Your loving kindness truly is better than life to us. God, on this special day, we ask for your peace that would rest, rule, and abide in this place, that it would continue to be upon the hearts and minds of everyone in this place. We thank you, O Father, for the leadership of this great city, our esteemed mayor, her wonderful cabinet staff, our council president, council pro tem, and all the council members. We thank you just for their willingness to serve this great city. Stand in awe, and I'm thankful for every resident, every faith leader, every organizational leader that is represented, all of our policemen and firemen, God, everyone that makes this city move forward. And God, I pray just for advancement of your agenda to be moved forward in the right direction. We thank you, O God, and we give you glory, honor, and praise, knowing, God, that this is your city, and your hand will continue to rest upon it. We pray for peace in our streets, as well as in our hearts and in our minds. We ask this in the name that's above every name. Amen.
Okay, we're back. Thank you so much for that wonderful prayer. Yes, we do honor all esteemed clergy, elected officials, and all who are here in our midst on tonight. At this time, I would like for you to stand, and I would like to introduce to you the second African-American female mayor in the history of the city of Highland Park, the Honorable Mayor Glenda McDonald.
This evening, and for that I appreciate. I like to get started on time. I know people was like, not gonna wait. I wasn't raised to get things done. I was raised by a woman who was 70 years older than me when I was born, so that means she already had things. She was doing things before I even came to this earth. So I like to get started and move forward. Good evening, citizens, staffs, and distinguished guests. I would like to thank everyone for coming out this evening. I would like to start off by introducing my administrators and their staff. As I call your name, please stand and remain standing until the departments have been called. Ms. Kathy Squares, our city administrator. Tamara Lotz is the Executive Administrative Assistant. Liana Wyatt is her assistant. The law department, our city attorney, John Clark. Assistant city attorney, Delphia Burton. Law assistant and FOIA coordinator, Adrian Brinkley. Human Resource Department, Kira Lyons, director. Finance Department, Eleanor Williams, director. And Carl Johnson, who is one of our contracted services. CED Department, Carlton Clyburn Jr., director. Kalinda Powell Watkins, administrative assistant. She's had therapy today, so she wouldn't be able to be here. Rosalind Gerardine is the real estate assistant. And Frank Hayward is our building inspector. And our senior department, Bernadette Hudgens, senior coordinator. Ms. Sharon Dunford is the assistant. And our Parks and Recreation Department, Sue Narander is the director. And David Fogel is the assistant. Department of Public Works, Michael Reese is the supervisor. And if it's any of his team members here, they can stand. Okay. Fire Department, Interim Fire Chief, Eric Hollowell. All firefighters, please stand. Police Department, Interim Police Chief, James McMahon. All Police Department, please stand, that's here. That would be you. Thank you. Our IT Department, I think they're in the back. Director Charles Lackey in the back there. Assistant is Antonio Beard. He's back there. He's also our animal control officer. Public Relations Department, Lakeisha Brown is the director. So, Water Department and Engineering, Damon Garrett, director. And I want to make sure I said it. Is it Richards or Richardson? Richmond. I had that right. Andrew Richmond, engineer. And Jerry and Bradley, engineer. And listen, he's not. And Kayla, she does everything. I would like to ask if there's anyone here that sits on any commissions in the city. If you are, please stand. Any of our commissions. In the back, we have Ms. Erica George from the Police and Fire Commission. Let's see who else is here today. All right. Okay. And at this time, I would like to have all elected and appointed officials in the audience, please stand and be recognized. You over there? Elected officials are sitting over here for those that want to come. All right, so we're gonna move on. I am proud to recognize some few young people in the audience, if they have made it in here, that has stepped up and helped me engage our youth. If my youth advisors are in the audience, please stand. And there should be two coming in sooner or later. And I just want you to know that they're writing a song for me for Highland Park. It's going to be a very nice piece. I'm engaging these young people so that they can do some stuff. This city is being built for them. And I must recognize all the veterans in the audience today as well. If you are a veteran, please stand up.
We are working on putting together a strong Veterans Commission and will soon be bringing forth a resolution to the council to install a 5-member group. So let's get started. And I'm going to move out. You can stay out your way. So we're going to start with our slide. First slide, please. Community and economic development. Okay, let's get to what you all came here for. Over the past year and 3 months, we've worked to get the city moving again. We have opened up the city to developers, local and across the country, the state. The city must continue to grow in order for us to remain solvent. Here's what our Community and Economic Development Department has done and plans on doing over the rest of this year. So I can't see that up there. It's not as large, so I'm going to read it from here. They told me it was going to be large so I can see it. So, for past accomplishments, they've entered into 3 options to purchase agreements for the 13321 Hamilton, 18 and 30 West Grand, and 12024 Woodward Avenue. They received final site plan approval to begin a development at 20, 30, and 32 Bartlett by Wild Gas Station. They sold 3 adjacent vacant side lots and have over 15 in the queue. Since we've been in office, we've sold, I think, 15. Over 15 development plans under review, which would include over 100 potential purchase offers of city-owned property. Y'all can clap for that because we don't need to own the property no more. Okay. Enforcement efforts include over 100 active residential civil violation actions in place. That means that we are coming after those people who are not doing what they're supposed to do with their properties. And so, spread the word. We're enforcing those things now. We have the neutral abatement piece that was passed is now in effect, and we want people to start taking care of their properties and making sure that they're not in violation. The goals for 2024, selling 20% of the 1,471 city-owned parcels for the target goal of 295 by the end of the year. That's what we need to do. That's for just this year. Did you hear the number? 1,471. That means we own probably half of what we got. So we need to start looking at how we're going to liquidate those. Most use some of them for large developments in certain areas, and then making sure that those developers are doing what they need to do to get moving. New enforcement efforts include large structures, citywide and businesses along Woodward and Hamilton, strategic blight elimination plan that would include community engagement and involvement, strengthen our boards and commissions such as Tifa Board, the Brownsville Authority, and they met the other day and they are ready to work. The Planning Commission, which met yesterday, and they are ready to work. Our Historic Commission is in the process of meeting again. So everybody is ready to do the job that we need done for the city of Highland Park. Next slide. Sorry, I got it. Department of Public Works. As you know, an inviting city is a clean city. The Department of Public Works is continuously picking up loads of garbage that is dumped in our city daily. Not just every now and then, daily they're dumping somewhere. Snow removal and grass cutting has been a chore, but we have managed to get it done. Just recently, the City Council approved for us to be able to go out to bid for lot cutting. Those 1,400 lots we were talking about. It's kind of hard when you only have 9 people. So now we can go out to bid and get companies to come in and cut those lots. With a small staff, it is often hard to maintain, but we are determined to keep the environment clean. And I am proud to say that we have finally found an engineer that is willing to become our part-time DPW director. She is a Highland Parker and holds 2 engineering degrees. Ms. Carla Oliver, please stand. Let's take a look at what the department is planning on doing this year. Again, I can't see that, so I'm going to have to go here. Okay. So, we have, sorry, I thought I was going to be able to read it from the screen. The yard. We received a grant that helped remove over 4,000 tires from the yard. You guys know you cannot dispose of tires unless you do it in a certain way. So we received a grant that helped us remove those 4,000 tires. That's a lot. That's a lot. You can clap for that. Don't hesitate. Effectively create a program to catch up and maintain the grass throughout the city. That's what we're working on. And so with that new RFP that's going to go out, and we can hire those companies, that will help a lot. It will help them a lot. They can focus on other things while they're cutting the grass. Work diligently to ensure that DPW has a crew dedicated to picking up trash throughout the city on a daily basis. Let me tell y'all something. If you have not seen them out there picking up trash, I don't know who hasn't, because they're up and down the street. Our supervisor want to make sure that the city is clean, so they get out of their trucks. I've seen them jump out and pick up trash that's laying in the streets, on the curve, in the lots. So I am so proud to say that Woodward Avenue is clean. It's been clean. Hamilton is being clean. And all of the other lots that we have, they pick up paper wherever they go. Trust me, he's not going to let them not do it. The 2024 goals: grass cutting in April will begin the new grass cutting season, and to have equipment to maintain the properties. So that means that we have to get our equipment into the shops and make sure that they should be all ready to go. Working to patch potholes throughout the city as quickly as we can. I don't know if you noticed last year that they were out, and I made sure they patched all of the holes that they could possibly patch with what we had. And Mr. Reese know that I've already told him we need it, it better be here. So it's here. He told me we have it. So we can start patching as soon as the weather breaks so that we can keep the holes patched up. Removing graffiti from city-owned buildings and beautifying the city. Now that's a big one. Some of the properties we don't own, but we have to make sure that those owners know they need to clean up their property. The properties that we do own, we're going to clean them up. I am looking if I can get someone to volunteer. We have to have volunteers, hopefully, to get murals put on some of these buildings. Instead, that they do not tag other people's art. So if we can get art on these buildings versus what they're putting on there, until someone buy them, it will be an awesome thing to do. So that's what we're looking to do. Next slide. Water department. I know you guys want to hear about the water department. And right before I came, I got some good news. So, the water department has been busy replacing lead lines. They started that, it's been about 4 or 5 years now, repairing roads and fighting to get us help with our water situation. Along with our lawyers and Ms. Square, we have been through the storm. They have been here 10 years fighting for us. So as soon as Glee will sign off on the water and sewer contract, we can move forward and look to a brighter future. Thank you, City Council, for unanimously voting to end a 20-year battle by approving the water and sewer contract with GLEWA this past Monday. And I can say, after speaking to Ms. Square before I came, that GLEWA voted to approve their part of the contract. So the contract has been approved. That doesn't mean that we won't have work to do, but it's good to know that they went and approved it, so now we can move forward. The Water Department, for 2023 and 2024, they're replacing approximately 3.5 miles of existing cast iron water main with new C900 pipes. Now, I don't know what that means, but I know it's better than cast iron, okay? Or wood. I know that because we had wood pipes under the ground, so I know it's better than that. Sewer and water mass meters will be designed and constructed in 18 months. These mass meters, not the ones that's going to go under the ground to start the research on how much we're using. These are the meters that will go under there permanently. DTE gas main replacement. You guys saw them out there. If you live in the city, you know that they're out here digging holes and putting in tar, and everybody's calling me saying they keep leaving these piles of black tar. Well, they dig the holes, and then somebody else come and fill the holes. So they will be replaced with sidewalk. Just hold on. But we're getting all new gas lines under the ground. That's a big deal because we haven't had those either in a long time. So that's important. Yeah. Oakland Road improvement. You guys saw last year that they started replacing the road on Oakland Avenue. And you know I got the calls about the lumps and the bumps and it's still not even. Well, they're coming back this May. They're not finished because of the weather, the rainy weather in the summer. It was very difficult for them to get everything done within the time frame that they had. So they will start back in May, smoothing out and covering it up and making sure that everything is smooth for you to drive on. Talk about something that's good, because I don't ever remember riding on that road. I've been on that side of town for 12 years, and I've never rode on the smooth part of Oakland. And for those that live from Davison to 6 Mile, your turn is next. Valve exercising and hydrant flushing. Hydrant and valve flushing will begin spring 2024. That's important too, because we want to make sure our firefighters can get to the fire hydrants, that they're open, that they're ready to go, that they have no problem with suppression and low water. So that's a good thing. These things will be done this year. The Davison Service Drive, that's another space. You guys know. The Davison Service Drive, going to DeQuinder over there. Now that's a mess. It's just a mess. But guess what? It's going to be fixed, and it will start this year. It will begin in the spring. So you don't have to look for an alternate route to go over to Joseph Campo. I just go all the way around the 6 Mile and come back, because your shocks will take it. It'd be hard. Now I can read. Yay! That's why I love this guy right here. That's why I love him. Okay. Next, police department. Safety is one of our top priorities. It's the top priority. I am pleased to say that violent crimes is down 42% in the city of Highland Park. 42%. In 2022, we had approximately 10 murders. And in 2023, we had 5. As of today, we have 1. And I hope it stay that way for the rest of the year. Wish us luck. The police department is actively promoting community engagement with the citizens. Here is a snapshot of what they have done and what they plan on doing. Oh, and just a reminder that we are seeking full-time police officers. If you know anyone that is looking to become a police officer, please send them to our website or to our human resource department or to the police department for them to apply. So here's some things. Upgrading to Clemens Network and Report Management Solutions, which puts us in a connection with over 200 agencies. That means we can connect now across the state of Michigan with different agencies and send them information, and then we can get information from them. We're moving into the technological world. Flock license plate readers technology recovering approximately $750,000 in assets. Since those have been installed, they have been able to get people off the streets, stolen cars, and all other things that comes past there that is a part of a crime. That's a good thing. You can clap for that one because that they're catching people that they have not been able to catch without that. Overall violent crime, like I said, reduction of approximately 42%. Increase our community engagement efforts. Upgrade our PrEP radio. Revamp standards of operating procedures that allows for more streamlined processing of criminal investigations. Brought back the K-9 unit, and I think I saw him here. He was here. Yep. Utilize law enforcement partners to bring justice for victims of unsolved crimes. And you know, it's hard sometimes to get these things solved. So this is very good. Sent 2 Highland Park natives to the police academy. Yes. Highland Park residents, if you want to be a police officer, we're accepting you. Actively pursuing new officers and working with leadership to retain current members. Updated all policies and making them available to the citizens. Our future goes partnering with DWIN to put mental health partners on the, I can't see that's what to say. With DWIN. What does it say, Chief? Because it's over it. I can't see what it say. Okay. So what it is, the social workers, DWIN will be getting social workers to go out with the police officers to help stabilize, mental illness cases while they're out there. And so they'll be working with our police officers. Become fully staffed agency in 2024. We're looking for full-time police officers. Full-time. Continue training for officers. Continue community engagement. Continue an effort towards the ultimate goal of accreditation. Increase traffic enforcement in our neighborhoods. Increase targeted enforcement. People call and say, when are you going to have people out here patrolling the streets? Well, we got to get some more police officers, and they're going to be out there as much as they can, but as soon as we continue to grow our force, you'll see more and more and more, and we're going to make sure that people who are violating the law are taken care of. Highland Park Fire Department. Our fire chief has actively been recruiting, and the fire department has one full-time firefighter away from filling their roster. Clap for that. This is a great accomplishment because, as you know, it is not easy fighting fires. So if you know of someone, please let them know to go online to the website and fill out the application. Let's look at what the fire department has been up to the last year and what they plan on doing. Last year, Highland Park Fire Department transitioned back to a full-time department from times since 1984. They hired 5 full-time firefighters and sending one to the academy, which resulted in a cadet coming out in the top of his class. Marion, can you stand? I was privileged to go to that graduation. It was the first time I ever been to a fire academy graduation. I also was privileged to go to the police academy graduation. It's something to see. Totally redeveloped an up-to-date fire hydrant list, mapping any new locations, updating the department logos to reflect. Equip all fire trucks with AED units. That's good. We need those. Entire department is updated and trained in CPR. All fire trucks are now equipped with Jaws of Life, and we submitted a grant on time to purchase a new fire truck. So keep us in prayer that we get that, because we are looking to get a new fire truck as soon as we can. 2024, the department is looking to slowly transition to handling medical calls to relieve the wait times from EMS, which Highland Park residents would notably benefit from. So I know people have been calling me and saying we need more trucks. And we have firefighters that is trained to be on EMS trucks. So we're looking to now try to transition and get what we can to bring it back to the city. All right, Recreation Department. The Parks and Rec Department has been busy as well. We finally got the generator we have been waiting for to installed at the rec center. This means we can now provide a warming center during outages in that area. As you can see, there has been a lot going on at the rec center and in the parks. I want to thank all the community partners and adoptive park organizations that continue to want to see beautiful parks in the city. I want to thank everybody who has adopted a park this past year. Current success, installation of standby generator. Yes, we've been waiting on that for a long time. Completion of outdoor stage. Thank you to the donors of that stage. Planted flowers, dead tree removal, painted interior and exterior doors, park cleanups. We have different organizations doing cleanups at the parks. At the Massachusetts Park, I noticed last year, and I believe it was Rehab Highland Park, planted multiple flowers that are now, I see, are blooming, but you know it's supposed to snow tomorrow, so I hope they'll be okay. At the Casey Park, installing of the fitness equipment, field play area with safety chips, planted shrubs, Halloween candy giveaways, free garage sales, park cleanup. At the MLK, they had a park cleanup. Park and Recreation 2024 initiatives, expanding programming, seek funding for additional park improvement, recruit additional adoptive park partners. So if you know anybody who wants to adopt a park that has not been, please contact Ms. Sue. Recruit additional, beginning projects for funds awarded for health and human service projects. So we received money from our former Congresswoman, Rashida Tlaib, to the tune of $496,000. That's great. We have reached out to our congressman now, so we're asking him for appropriations, and hopefully we'll be one of the people selected. But that money is now about to be used for the rec center and different projects. So stay tuned and start watching what Sue does over there. We're going to move on to our senior department. How many of you have had a chance to go to any of the events the senior department has put on? I know. It's been amazing. It's been amazing. They have had, I've been too, but I don't know if I'm a senior or not. Our senior team is outstanding. They work tirelessly to make sure that there are plenty of activities for the seniors in the city. As an unofficial senior, that's what y'all call yourself when you're not a senior, I truly enjoy going to events and talking to the seniors. They have so many highlights from last year and started off this year with a bang. Let's see what they did last year and this year. So our rec center, senior scams with Attorney General Nessel. She came in. General Fit Fest, informational advanced directive caregiver resources for health fairs with Wayne State University. Senior buildings, over 35 events, mental health speakers, movies, afternoons, Motown trivia, and I think I remember going to a karaoke. Yeah, I didn't sing though. Our seniors rode in the Michigan Week Parker Pride Parade last year. They had 3 outings: Wayne County Fun Fest, DAA Friendship Day, and they went on the Princess Boat Cruise. I got calls about that cruise. They had a ball on there. Strategic partners implemented Say Detroit, monthly wellness. They come on Wednesdays, and pre-diabetes management. Smart bus program has come back, so we have transportation. Hannah Center, AmeriCorps, My Neighborhood Connection, Urban Solutions Training and Development, Detroit Area of Aging, and the AARP. In 24, this year we will be creating programs that encourage seniors to come to the rec center to obtain information, community resources, have fun and improve their digital library. Just the other day they had a technology program. And we're going to try to help our seniors with technology. I know some of them have a hard time with it, but if we keep engaging, I'm quite sure they'll get the hang of it. Or somebody in the house will be able to help them. Next slide, please. Human resource and finance. Human resource and finance, both departments consist of one individual. When everyone is calling saying, hey, why you haven't done this, why you haven't done that, well, please know there's one person working in human resources. And Miss Lyons, and I'm going to stand 10 toes down, I'm going to cross the bridge, I'm going to do whatever, and say she's doing the best job that she can. Also in finance, there's actually one person but we do have a contract. And same for Miss Eleanor Williams. She's doing the job of 4 people. And we never missed a check. So she does the payroll, she does accounts payable, accounts receivable, and I missed one. Did I miss anything? And everything else. And her partner, Carl, he does bookkeeping. So for those that believe that someone else does the bookkeeping, no, Carl is doing the bookkeeping. Both departments are really, really working to capacity. When you ask someone to do a job of 4 people at the bare minimum, you have to know they're doing what they can. They're doing the best that they can. And for those who believe that the staff at the city gets money, a lot of money, no. Until we start growing our city and able to get other people in, we're working at the best level that we can with what we got. So I would appreciate if you guys would just give them some grace and help out a little bit if you can. And I have to say, I'm very proud of these two phenomenal women because they push through no matter what comes their way. So, in human resources, over the past year with the administration starting out anew, we've hired over 20 staff members, including various departments such as fire, police, legal, CED, etc. We hope to retain our employees at a higher percentage for the upcoming year as there were some who made transitions to new roles outside the city. So there's people who left because they could get money somewhere else. The chosen few had stayed. Attract, hire, and retain a diverse and skilled workforce that reflects the community's demographics and meets the city's strategic needs. Provide ongoing training and professional development opportunities to all employees. That's under human resources. For finance, in 2022-2023, budget was balanced for the first time in a long time, and currently we are on track to balance the 2023-2024 year as well without going over budget. They know I have to make sure they know. Some people come in, we need to know. We have to have, no. We got to keep the budget where it is until we can do better. So I'm proud of that because I came in 2023 with half of budget left. Well, it was like not half, but a little less than half or so. And we've still managed to balance the budget that year. And this year, we're still on track to do the same thing. So don't come asking me about no money between now and July. All right. So the goals is to remain in budget, commit to continuous professional development through training and education, and continue to encourage innovations, efficiency, and high levels of service. And I believe they'll get that done. Okay. And last, our last slide. Nope, not our last one. Public relations and communications. Our PR and communications persons make sure you receive updates via social media, text messages, and emails. She is doing a dynamic job of coming up with creative ways to get things out to the public. So, let's look at that. In 2023, we started the text and email updates again. Subscribers actively increased by 19.8% through the help of the senior department and notifications sent via social media. So making sure everybody who can get the information, and we're going to continue to work to make sure that people that don't have will get information as well. YouTube conversion. All city stream lives and videos are now using the platform of YouTube, which provides an archive of all meetings and events taking place within the city of Highland Park. So any meeting that has happened that our YouTube was up and running, and Mr. Lackey is back there, we put those on, and you can go back and find them all the way from where we started from the meetings in 2023. That's city council meetings, planning commission meetings that happen, to any meeting that happened. We've put those up. This will be on YouTube. So if they didn't make it, you can share it with your friends. Make sure you can take it by a senior's house and let them see. That's why I wanted to stay within 1 hour, because I know their patience ain't long. And neither is mine. So social engagement. Social media reaches up 43.6% to 30.1K. Content interactions are up 101.4%, and clicks are up by 47.8%, with 495 over the course of the year. So that means that people are starting now to catch on and using technology to see what's going on in Highland Park. And they can see this all across the world. So please be mindful that when we are on these videos and they doing these things, this goes out across the world on YouTube. Website development. Continue forward with redeveloping the website to be more user-friendly and searchable with tools to assist anyone with visual or hearing disabilities. So we're going to change that where if you are have hearing impaired or you're visually impaired, that will be updated on the new website. Also, increase engagement across all communications platforms, including but not limited to YouTube, text, and email updates, Facebook communications, outreach through flyers and postings. We're getting ready to start trying to hit these doors with flyers as much as we can. It is very costly, but I don't have a problem with getting out here walking. So if I have to go put on the door and I can recruit somebody, but it has to be in the spring. And right now, spring is not fighting back. So I got to wait till she finished fighting winter so we can get there. Increasing, officially launch calendar hotline. Yeah, I don't know what that says. Something in the Highland Park calendar hotline to ensure that residents are aware and knowledgeable of how to attend the upcoming calendars of events for the city. So she's going to continue to put out the calendars. Now let me say, I get a lot of calls about some things being on the calendar that's not correct. Well, they change it. Sometimes once she prints it at the beginning of the month, things get changed in there, and so we can't go back and change it on the calendar because it has already went out. But she does send out an update and let you know this meeting has been canceled. This meeting, watch your text messages, watch your emails, and make sure you watch the website. Go on the website because things change and we update them. All right. Okay, the legal department. That's the last one. We have engaged the law firm of Gianmarco and Mullins as our city attorneys. They are in the trenches battling cases and have been able to eliminate most of our court cases. Over the past 12 months, the legal department, either through court decisions or settlements, have reduced the number of pending claims against the city to just 3. When I was on the city council, I remember getting booklets. It would be that thick of how many legal problems we had. So we're down to 3. That doesn't mean it won't get any more, but right now. As such, both the city's potential liability as well as legal fees have been greatly reduced. Because the less cases we have, the less money we have to pay out for lawyers. Labor employment issues. The legal department successfully negotiated a CBA with the part-time firefighters and just recently reached tentative agreements with both the police patrol and the command units. Once those contracts are approved, the city will have current collective bargaining agreements with the entire unionized workforce. So we have police are unionized and the fire department. So we need to make sure they got their contracts so that they can work and take care of the city. Real estate and developments. The city's legal department has worked tirelessly with the city's economic development director to encourage new developments in the city, which will improve the residents' access to goods and services, as well as increase the city's taxable value. And that's our goal. We have to increase our taxes. We have to increase in order for you to have better services. Blight. The legal department, in conjunction with the local 30th District Court, has significantly reduced blight by working directly with property owners or through legal action that permits the abatement of existing blight. Police department policies. The legal department, in conjunction with the police department, has reviewed hundreds of new policies that will facilitate the accreditation of the police department. These new policies will ensure better interaction with the general public and reduce police liabilities. And we want to make sure we don't have any liabilities. The legal department goals. The legal department will continue to closely monitor potential claims in an effect to reduce or even eliminate litigation. The legal department will work closely with the city's unionized workforce to further enhance the management and union relationships. And the legal department will continue to work with the city's economic development department to facilitate greater economic growth and prosperity. And there's one down at the bottom, so I'm going to try to get that over here, if I can see it. There's one more at the bottom, so I'm going to try to find it down here. The legal department will continue its efforts with the police department to reach full accreditation of the department, and that's a good goal. So, as you can see, we have been working. We have tirelessly worked, sometimes long hours. We come in, we might not get out to 6, might not get out to 7, depending on if there's a meeting. It could be 8 or 9, depends. So we're working for the city. And please don't let anybody tell you anything different. We are working, and the evidence is in the pudding, as my grandmother say. If you want to know what's happening with the city, please contact the city. I'm available. I return calls within 24 hours to 48 hours. Most of the time it's been 24. And I'm willing to talk to you to let you know what is happening in Highland Park. So with that being said, I have one more thing to do. I would like for us to go to the next few slides because we have a lot of partners. These are some of our partners: Michigan Economic Developers Association, Highland Park School District, Wayne Metro Community Action Agency, and they're in the back there if anybody needs some resources. Thaw, if you need to get your bill paid and you're behind, please contact them. Parker Village, Avalon Village, Solidarity, Highland Park United Block Club Association, and that just started last year. That's something that we brought back up. And we have, and I'm proud of this, because we have about 12 to 13 new block clubs. And I want to thank Pastor Brenda, who called me and asked me about the North Point. So over in North Point, they have a new block club that's starting, the whole area. Also, we have one that started on Grove Street. Tennyson, these are the ones that just came up in the past couple of months, but our blocks are working. On the east side of Woodward, I think we're only missing 2 streets, and my goal is to go knock on every door and get them started, because the blocks can help us get things out. If I'm sending you a flyer to your president and I ask you to distribute it, guess what? That means people get the information. And so I really want to make sure that every block in the city is covered in some way. If you have to go together with 2 or 3 blocks, it's okay until they grow, till your street grow, and then you can split off if you choose. But right now, gather with your neighbors on the south of you and the north of you, and create a block club. Some people go, I don't got 5 people. Okay, that's fine. Start with 5 and end up with 55. Whatever you have to do to get it done, we have to get it done, because that's how work is done. Urban Land Institute, Wayne County Sheriff's Department. I had the privilege of going to meet with the sheriff, with the chief, just, was that Tuesday? It was a very good meeting. They want to work with us. They want to help us get this crime taken care of and anything else that we have going on. And so that's a great partnership to have. U.S. Attorney's Office, Michigan State Police, the Hamtramck Fire Department, Detroit Fire Department, Detroit Police Department, the 11th Precinct, Michigan Municipal League, Southeast Michigan Council of Governments, Wayne County Prosecutor's Office, and I had the pleasure of having Ms. Kim Worthy come to my office and sit down with me, Wayne County Treasurer's Department, State of Michigan Attorney General's Office, State of Michigan Secretary of State Office, Governor Gretchen Whitmer's office, and please clap it up for her because they help us pay off our debts. Detroit Wayne Integrated Health Network, DWIN, the Youth Connection, Toys for Tots, Corporation for Artistic Development, the Union, Legacy of Literacy, Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated, Z-Phi, Michigan Department of Health and Human Services, the Reggie McKenzie Foundation, Revival Tabernacle. You know, I can tell y'all a story about I don't have time to tell y'all about the story right now, but the next time I will, how I became a member of this church back when it first opened. Say Detroit, North End Woodward Community Coalition, for the 4-H Club. I haven't seen the 4-H in a long time. Shirley's Girl Foundation of Love, Highland Park Old Timers, Rehab Highland Park, Wayne County Executive Warren Evans. We had a chance to sit down and talk about how he can help Highland Park. The Wayne County Commissioner, of course, our own Martha, and the G is not there, so she can correct, Martha G. Scott, the very first woman to take office in the city of Highland Park as the mayor. Wayne County Parks Director, Alicia Bradford, Wayne County Health Department, Boys Hope, Girls Hope, to Girls from Women. I think that's it. I think that's the last one. All right, so that's how many partners we have created, and we're going to continue to create partners. I want to recognize a group that's here right now. They are the Highland Park Pastors Alliance, and there's quite a few in the audience, so if you can, please stand up. We have two. There's two. There's the vicinity, which is on this side, and then there's the Highland Park Alliance, Pastors Alliance, right here. Stand up. And Charlene and everybody that's here. Okay. And Bishop Evans is the chair of that, along with, I saw Bishop Thomas somewhere. He might have left out. Is he over there? Where'd he go? Okay, he was here. And I also want to say that I see she came in. Our state senator, Stephanie Chain, came in. Our state rep was here, Mike McFall. We have the school board, Highland Park School Board, elected officials. If you're there, stand up. And how many is there? We have the Highland Park school superintendent, Zakia Gibson. Thank you. And we have the Highland Park City Council. Please stand so people can see who you are. And we have our city clerk, Brenda Green. And I saw over there, we have our newly appointed treasurer, Lisa Stolarski. Okay, and I think that's everybody. But I do see two people I would like to. Did you guys get that done? Don't tell me you didn't get it done. So I did call them the young people that I asked to do the song for Highland Park. They're still working on it. So can you stand up? I expect that in my office by next week. Okay. All right. All right. So that concludes our State of the City. I appreciate everyone coming out. I appreciate. Did I stay within 7 o'clock? Is it 7 o'clock? Right on the nose. That's what I'm talking about. So I appreciate you all. I love you all. And let's continue to grow Highland Park. Let the negativity stand behind you and the positivity stand in front of you. Peace.